Hi Aries, this is Grisel with Psychic MD, and I wanted to go ahead and do your April reading before it got any later. I'm gonna go ahead and light us up a little bit of incense. I already cleansed my space with Agua de Florida, my energy as well, and my aura. So we're gonna get some really good messages for you. Today we're gonna go ahead and visit something that a lot of you are probably familiar with, which are the Mudras. And for lack of a better way of explaining it, it's basically going to be from this deck, Mudras deck, for awakening the energy body. And it's by Allison, DeNicola. If you're interested in getting it, it's a really great book. Now, I'm not going to say that I can pronounce these perfectly, so of course the expectation is that you will do your own homework if you really want things pronounced properly. But I'm a little bit half-assed sometimes. I'm going to do things the way I read them, and I hope that doesn't bug you. If it does, my apologies. And with that, we're going to move on. We're going to go ahead and explore Mudras, and that's just like how to place your hands. It's really affiliated with like yoga, and how to help your breathing to bring in energies that are going to be really supportive and helpful for you, dear Aries. We're also going to look at this deck. It's Soul Cards 2 right here. And that is going to really get messages from Spirit to you. Also, of course, I have my trusty Bones deck, which is the zombie deck, really. But we're going to read from that as well. And last but not least, we're going to be using my little trusty die cuts, I think they're called. And this is going to bring in more ancestor energy for you. So with that, let's see what we have going on, okay? Yeah, cleansing, more cleansing. So, Aries, what do we have going on for the month of April? Let's find out, shall we? In fact, I'm going to mix these up real quick. Messages for Aries, please. My friends, Aries, what can we do to give them the best messages possible? I'm asking for messages that are going to really help them understand, bring that clarity that they need. I'm seeing this really big bee, and it seems like an old school bee, almost like I've seen it in a different deck before. I don't know what that has to do with anything. It might be something for one person out there. But I'm going to actually start with the Mudras, and I will be reading them to you as well as attempting to demonstrate. At the end of your reading, I'm going to go ahead and attach your Mudra cards so that you have something to look at, some form of reference if you're interested. I definitely recommend these. I can't even tell you. I really run low on energy, and doing readings really depletes me. So after like 2 readings, I could be kind of just exhausted, frankly. And when I started using these Mudras and demonstrating them, as you'll see in a minute, I really was able to clean back my energy and so much more peace. So I think they are bomb. I'm just saying. And of course, it doesn't hurt to try something new. So if you're watching readings and things like that, I'm going to assume that you're alternative anyways. Here we go. Messages for my Aries friends, please. My gorgeous, fiery Aries. What do we have to know about Aries, please? I love Aries personally. I'm a Leo, and we just really tend to get along most of the time. So it's like a match made in heaven, I think, anyways. Aries, what do we have for Aries for the month of April? What mudra is going to really help support them, encourage them, or give them whatever it is that they need, please? Thank you. We're going to take 2, by the way. Inner awareness. This appears flipped on the camera for me. But it's inner, oh, I'm a liar. Inner witness. Wow, okay. Inner witness. It's number 33, and 3 to me brings to mind collaboration, cooperation. And of course, when you add those together is 6, and I think of 6 as like the number of victory. I think of 6 of Wands all the time. But this is called the Sakshi Mudra. Sakshi Mudra. See if you can see that. And this is how it's done. Notice the thumbs are folded. So I'm going to go ahead and read while you kind of observe the card if you'd like to. And Sakshi Mudra, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. Here we go. This mudra assists with self-study, clarity, and spaciousness. Benefits are it relaxes the muscles of the face and jaw. I don't know if I want to do that on camera. Lengthens breath, supports cervical spine alignment. Oh my gosh, I may need to get my glasses next time. Instructions: join the tips of all fingers together, pointing upward. The base of the palms together. Soften the knuckles away from each other. Align the thumbs and bend the tip to the knuckle, facing inward. Thumbs and bend the tip to the knuckle. Okay, I'm gonna take a peek at this. So it's gonna start out like this, and you're going to, I don't know if you can see me bending to the knuckles, and it appears like that, and then you're gonna soften it so it looks from this side like that, and I can't really show you from the other side. Pretty much like this. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and read this to you. I'm going to read the little reinforcement here. So when we breathe in, we're just going to breathe in for that inner witness. And breathe out. And breathe in. And go ahead and breathe out. One last time. Breathe in. Breathe out. My inner witness leads me to perfect equanimity. My inner witness leads me to perfect equanimity. Actually, it's one of my all-time favorite words, and I haven't pre-read this because I've just been playing with the cards recently, and also I just want to pull everything live on camera. I don't like anything pre-planned or anything, because I'm definitely not someone that pre-plans anything. A lot of stuff, I just want things to be really natural and organic. But equanimity to me really talks about having this balance to where you're not really persuaded, you remain with your own personal power. And I think that's so powerful because you're just witnessing in such a way that you can maintain your personal power and not get dragged into the drama of other people or thinking that other fights are your fights, right? So I don't know. I think we should do it one more time. So palms together, soften your fingers, thumbs folded gently towards your palm. And I actually can feel the energy. I don't know if you guys can feel the energy, but I think it's just amazing. I feel automatically calm. I'm interested to find out if you guys do this and if you play with these mudras. At the end, of course, I'll post them again so you can read it and look and study it. Let me know if you feel the energy and how you physically feel, because I am deeply affected by them physically. And I'm interested to find out if you guys feel the same, if you're interested in mudras at all, or if this is something that you'd like for me to skip next time. But so far, I'm loving it. Okay, here we go. So the next one is commitment. Shiva Linga Mudra. Really? So I have a Shiva Linga crystal. I have quite a few actually, and I love them. Maybe I'll attach an image at the very end of them. They're just so unique and different. They're almost shaped like this. It's kind of cool. Anyways, but a lot of it to me has to do with sexuality. The Shiva Lingam, I think it is. Now I'm doubting. But anyways, okay. So Shiva Linga Mudra. It assists digestion, determination, and focus. The benefits are it enhances digestion, supports spinal alignment, cultivates concentration, and spiritual commitment. Wow. Place the left palm facing upward in front of the belly. Make a fist with the right hand with the thumb facing up. Place in the center of the left palm. Relax the shoulders back and down. Okay, caution. So hypertension, you need to monitor the effects. So if you suffer from hypertension, you want to be careful because this can affect you. I align awareness, focus, and commitment. I align awareness, focus, and commitment. So we're going to see if we can imitate this mudra. Palms like this, fingers folded, and thumbs up. And then just bring that down. I'm going to keep it up here just so you guys can see if you care. So pretty much like that. Okay. So let's breathe into it a little bit here. And breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. One more time. I align awareness, focus, and commitment. Okay. So these are your 2 mudra cards. Now, Spirit, I am thankful for that. Thank you so much. And actually, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me and for watching. And sorry, allergies. I also wanted to say, if you can please take a moment to like, share, comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate that as well. You know, that's how we do. So what's going on here with my Aries friends, please? What messages do they need to know from their ancestors, from Spirit? Okay, one message that I'm getting already is that you guys are getting some dreams. You could be getting some dreams and messages on your own. And I feel like I see like a lotus flower kind of blooming. And keep in mind that the lotus flower traditionally, it's just really gorgeous. There's actually mudra for it. Like that. But anyways, the lotus flower to me really talks about how it is born out of mud and out of kind of like ugliness and strife and hardship. It doesn't have a lot in appearance's sake to grow and thrive. And yet when it is in full bloom after it is grown, it's just beautiful. I think the lotus flower is just absolutely just beautiful and very compelling. You don't think about it when it's in the mud because nobody notices. And yet when you're in full bloom, it's unmistakable and you can't help but riveted. And I think in the same way, a lot of our characters are fostered by hardship and things that are really tenacious and difficulties and strife and pain sometimes. And sometimes maybe not your whole life, but some people can have just, you know, parts of their lives that really form and foster these characteristics. And then when they fully evolve, they come into full bloom, meaning that they're able to really see how this has created a certain amount of beauty in their lives that they never could have done without that hardship. It's like being fostered out of the fire. And Aries, we know all about fire, don't we? Okay, moving on. Aries, what do we have for the month of April, please? Thank you. I'm taking this guy and this guy that popped out sideways. Like this. Ooh. So, Soul Cards 2 says that you could be in the, in the stream of life where you're not manipulating energy, but receiving messages and energy. Everything is energy, and I feel like some of you have, like, you're open to it, you're kind of like naked and thinking, you know what, I'm just going to be open to it and see if this is something that I can work with. For others of you, you're like masters at it. You know, Aries, you have like an electrical energy about you anyways. People are like really drawn to you because of your energy. And one thing I want to caution you is that people will want to suck that energy from you. So it could also be a nod to, like, when you're dealing with energy, be aware, keep the energy that you need. But there are going to be some lower vibration, you know, people, entities, such as like people in real life or even entities in the spirit world that can really want to take some of your energy if everything's composed and comprised of energy. Another thing I'm getting is that you might be kind of toying and playing a little bit with energy. For example, you might want to, when you go shopping next time, or, you know, I don't know, doctor's office, whatever, see if you can kind of bend the energy a little bit. If you walk in and you're feeling a certain vibe, like everybody's kind of like, I have to be here, and they're kind of whatever, see if without words and theatrics, of course, if you can kind of manipulate that energy and send some fun in there, and to where by the end of your office visit, people are acting a little bit different than they did when you walked in. I just think energy thing is cool. And it's, to me, most expressed in group settings, which, of course, with COVID, that's a whole thing. But I'm just going to say it's really incredibly beautiful. I also feel like you could be a little bit bored at this point in time. Look at her expression. A little bit of boredom there. But I do feel like you're getting your own messages here. Now, what came sideways, okay, is this. And I feel like you In this case, I just feel like this person is, look, just almost like sewn up raw from pain. Um, to me, this just looks like so much raw meat, okay? It looks like this person, it could be like you are being forged by the fire, like we talked about earlier, where life has really dealt you some blows and it has really served to kind of singe your outer not appearance, but your kind of like shell, your exterior, to where now what's evolving and erupting and unmistakable is really your most authentic self and who you are. And I'm not saying that, Aries, that you've been fake at all in who you are or have been. What I am saying is that I feel like there's a new you emerging. And with that, it could be, because if you notice with that sideways card, it's like a lot of yellow here and yellow within. And I feel like you have those messages within wanting to come out, but you're kind of like, I don't want to share that stuff with everybody. It's like weird and it's private or whatever. And then you have this big halo. And what you don't realize is that you're going to be a beacon to other people. And that light, those really transformative times in your life, isn't necessarily meant just for you to suffer and to endure and to later on like grow and benefit from. It's also a gift to the world that we can give to other people. In turn, that gives them a lot of light as well. Okay, so just an idea for you. Moving on. I feel like you're getting messages already. So if you are, do comment. Let me know. Let me know if they're in dream form, or if you're a clairaudient, clairsentient, meaning that you just kind of feel them, or like in the pit of your gut, anything like that, because I'm really interested to find out. I actually get a lot of my messages through energy itself. And what that feels like to me is like kind of like a warm blanket, sometimes cold, being put on top of you. And it's usually because I assign parts of my body to mean a certain thing. So I could feel the energy on, for example, my left hand, and it'll feel a little, not quite pinpricks, like painful or anything. It could feel like that. For a while, I was getting a lot of, like on my crown chakra, a lot of like actual painful pinpricks, kind of like the desire to wake up or an awakening or to get messages was trying to come through. And Spirit's like, I need your attention, that kind of a thing. But that's rare. That's happened to me once, and it lasted for about 3 days. Okay, moving on. So Aries, what do we have for Aries for the month of April? Please. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We've got things moving on up, okay? Just like the Jeffersons. I used to love Jeffersons when I was growing up. But for those of you that are younger, you're not going to know what the heck I'm talking about. So that's okay too. I'm just going to say that right now, you're going to be in an upswing where tides are turning. Things are getting better for you. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel it maybe in your money, in your spirit itself, and things that are happening around you. You're going to feel like, okay, we got this. Now, some of you, dear Aries, you're on a stage. I feel like people do look at you, look for you. You could be a little bit pedestaled. You could feel also like you've been trying to perform and present a pretty package for the benefit of everyone else. Like this zombie right here is totally nailed to this wheel, and she's spinning, and she's like, oh, I'm okay. She's already dead. Those swords that are penetrating are not going to hurt her one bit. She's an undead, I guess. But if you look, like there is like a smile plastered on her face, and right behind this, I see this as a bullseye. But I also see this because you could have been like the target of like many like haters or unwanted attention in some aspects. But I feel like your spiritual side is really lifting you up and out of that energy. And so you're not going to feel like you need to pretend anymore or put on a facade, make other people feel important, or dim your light. Do not dim your shine for other people, please. As I see the stars and the moon right up here. So you could have a connection with spirit as well, with astrology and interest. One thing that I want to tell you is that you could be feeling a little bit like you've been hypnotized and that you're all of a sudden waking up, okay? So it is a number 10. When you boil that down, it is a vibration of number 1. It is all about new starts, things getting better, and an upswing for Aries in April. What else do we have, please? Another one. We have the Ace of Hazards. This is a Pentacles. This is, of course, my beloved deck, the Zombie deck. And this is things resurrecting out of the middle of nowhere, just to really give you a solid offer. Maybe you want to offer someone something solid as well. So there could be that going on. I want to say that it may seem like it's an offer that's a little bit like, well, I need more than that. I mean, you're only going to pay me this, that kind of a thing. But there's more to come. But wait, there's more. Listen, you have another ace coming. That's a number 1. So that's so far 3 ones. A lot of new beginnings, Aries. Ace of Wands right now. This is your fire. This is where you find your oomph, your passion, your desire, your excitement, your need to kind of move on. And if you look back here, I feel like this is like a scope where you look at if you're looking through, if you're a shooter, or if you, I'm sure other stuff has scopes. Can't think of anything right now, but anything. So this is where you need to aim your focus, Aries. Is that which gives you passion? It's also the yellow chakra, which pertains to solar plexus, which is all about like being really true to yourself and what gets you all fired up. And it's knowing who you are, and what you want to do. So I feel like you're coming into more your personal power than you ever have before. Even though you're extremely powerful, I feel like a lot of that power has been diverted and maybe a little bit watered down in some ways because you want to perform for other people. You want to be the star that they want you to be. And wanting to be admired and looked upon in a favorable way is not a bad thing, but I feel like you're going to reroute those energies. I just saw the star. I just saw the star and I shuffled it. Okay. You're going to reroute those energies into what you desire, what makes you excited. Okay. Now, the card that I'm pulling out of the deck right now is the Temperance. And this has to do with keep your balance, you know, because there's a great alchemy happening in your life right now. So the positive and the negative, all of those things as they are perceived, keep your balance about that. Now, I am going to go ahead and mention right here, everybody's talking about getting the COVID shots, whether you don't get them, do get them. This is a microscope, and here is this man, like, you know, I mean, it's like he's shedding blood, and they're announcing it. They're looking through the scope. On this one, Aries, it's a zombie, and they're studying that. And then collectively, they're studying. It's almost like you're merging. Ow, as I pull my own hair out. Sorry. It's almost like you're merging a dead agent with a new agent, a dead agent with a live agent, like something that's dead and something that's alive. And this is something that, I don't know, could be on your mind. So, you know, literally whether I should take the vaccine or not, that kind of a thing. I'd say do your homework, because it is, you know, merging the, it's going to be about merging chemicals that bond with your own DNA, and it's going to really restructure things for you. So I don't know, you want to do your own homework. I'm not here to talk about this in that form. I just have to mention it because it just came out. You are advised to kind of keep your balance and know that the old and new is merging, which we see all over the place in the world right now. Aries, I see justice for you, okay? Like you want justice, you need justice. Maybe you feel like you look around and there is no justice in the world. Now, I'm going to tell you, Aries, you're very like fiery, all passion, all excitement. But I want to say be a little bit more cerebral about things and think things through more than using your heart, okay? That's how you're going to manifest. That's how you're going to manifest what is the best for you. You have all of the elements, all the tools that you possibly need in order to create the life that you want, the best version of you, right? We're always reinventing ourselves. Why not? Life is really too short to be stagnant and be doing stuff that you get bored with. And we all love excitement. So I'm going to say that with that, you know, things are coming to a boiling point. I feel like with you, you're just really kind of studying a lot. Here's the DNA. Also, you might be studying actually what's in the vaccine. Why not? But you can also be studying what is good for you, what I'm going to cut out in my life, what things have ended that I just really want to cut out, or what do I want to mix with those elements to kind of resurrect things or cause things to be different than what they are. And I feel like this is you getting your creative juices, creative flow. Maybe you want to resurrect a business or merge it or morph it or kind of tweak it in order to really bring about the goals that you have in your dreams. Okay, what else do we have? And that is the number one, you guys. You can't make this up. You have a ton of ones here. Look, another one. Okay, one's all about beginnings. Ace of Swords, another one. Vibration one. That's like what, 5 cards now? It's just crazy. You keep getting one, so you're going to get a lot of clarity. You want clarity. You want that bullseye to be really clear. Where am I aiming towards? What am I doing? Where am I headed? And that's what Aries is asking. I'm going to go ahead and pull some ancestors, and then we are going to do love, of course. So ancestors, what do we have going on for Aries? Okay. Excuse me. So I have an ancestor here, of course, a female energy, and I feel like this person was kind of weeping, a little bit sad, a little bit depressed, a little bit sensitive. And I feel like maybe this person could have been a little bit viewed as being slow, but they weren't. They just really kept their mouths shut quite a bit. And I feel like they were more empathic than anything. It wasn't that they were slow or anything like that. They could have been like high functioning autistic or Asperger's, anything like that. But really, they were super in tune with spirit, with themselves. They knew like stuff that was going on that other people just can't see. And I think that this has a lot of bearing on you simply because I feel like you are starting to feel that way. You're starting to see things that other people simply can't see. They don't really have their eye on the ball, so to speak. Okay. So this ancestors could have been like 2 to 4 generations ago, right? Okay, what else do we have? Now, a wedding could have been something that is factored in. A couple, a married couple, a young couple. For some of you, I feel like the name Carl, Cassie, anything like that, the letter C could have just popped into my mind. I thought I'd mention it. Could have been like a really young couple, but I feel like there was an accident, like a car crash or something like that, that really either took both their lives or one of them. This is obviously not for everybody. Not every Aries has that, but this is during your family line, so you can look at old pictures and verify. But also the letter F is coming up and the letter T, so that is for some of you. This couple factors in because I feel like there's just an element of like play, of commitment, of celebration. And I feel like the ancestors are really trying to come forth and say, you know what, even more than committing to another person, commit to yourself and commit to your own cause, okay? Because life is too short. And that's a message I'm getting with that. And you could be feeling these, you can maybe not even call them like messages from my ancestors, but you could be feeling this energy from the other side and going, what the heck am I thinking or feeling? Why do I feel like that? Why do I feel like life is short and I need to really make a commitment to myself or my cause, whatever? But that's where that's coming from, is your ancestral line. Now this strapping lad right here is also coming up for you, and I love that for you. He came out in a different reading, but this person feels really different. I feel like there's an element of time. Again, a time factor. I feel like the little chain of his watch is hanging out here. And I feel like this could have been during the Depression. I feel a connection to Italy for some of you. And I feel vertigo right now, like really bad vertigo. I'm not sure what that is. Some of you could be having a vertigo. I feel like head trauma, head problems. Okay, that's not the energy I even want, please. All right, let's just clarify here. Give me 1 second. I don't know who that is for. And if it's for you, if you could please comment, let me know. That really helps. Even if you reach out to me privately, that would be great so that I have an idea. But let's just kind of get rid of that energy because I just sort of want what's relevant now and not necessarily direct to trauma of the past, which is, you know, Okay, and this is just agua de Florida, Florida water, just to cleanse my own area once again. Messages only that is helpful, please, for Aries. Messages that translate well into this life for Aries friends, please. And last message I got is a little child right here. So I feel like she was sort of an observing child, a cerebral child. Maybe someone also who was expected to be quiet, but once in a while when she spoke, she was really impish. She would say stuff that was a little bit outlandish and get in trouble for it, especially because she was a female during that time, okay? This person, I feel like, was anywhere from 5 to 12. And I feel like they could be a little bit more like you. That's where you get your impishness from being slow to speak. But when you do say stuff, sometimes it startles people or causes them to be like, what the heck? What did you say? I can't believe you said that. All right, Aries. So what else? We want to look at love. And I'm going to use a whole different deck. Okay. I need to know what is going on with Aries in their love life, please, for the month of April. Love for the month of April, please. A big change, huge change, okay? So those of you that are in a relationship, you could be having a major change. It could be of crisis proportions where one partner decides, I'm done, this is over, I'm not doing it. Or on the other spectrum of things, you can have a partner who says, I'm done playing. I want to commit to you. I want to be with you and no one but you. It's that kind of a radicalness that's going to be going on here. If you are single, what this card means to you is prepare yourself not to be single anymore if you want a partner. So if you've had nothing going on in your life, dear Aries, which I know you have a ton of admirers, you're going to be having a major change of heart or a mindset. You'll meet someone or find someone that you actually want that commitment with, okay? Now I want to show you these changes really burn off all the things that don't become us anymore, don't help us, don't move us forward, and most importantly, that doesn't really support your growth, okay? Let's see where this goes. Aries. Okay, so you've had a time of betrayal, a time of hardship, a time of pain, and it could not all necessarily be connected to love, okay? But it's most felt deeply in relationships. It's almost like what else can happen. Now with these two combinations, I do want to say that some of you Aries could have had a person that you love pass away. And if that is the case, I am so sorry. Could have been, something that was just really painful for you. And I get that. My condolences. I do want to say that if this is some part of you that is just feeling victimized, that is going to be over with really, really soon. Look. 8 of Wands. This is all about love, about juicy little messages back and forth. This is like, Aries, I see you. You are so fine. I've had my eye on you. I can send you messages. Maybe you're free now and you weren't free before. Maybe emotionally you're waking up, or you're even more like able to give of yourself, and people are going to start noticing that energy. But whatever it is, I feel like it's not for lack of attention. You have a ton of attention and you have even more coming. Now this attention could be really fast and swift messages back and forth. Be careful that you don't kind of miss something in the middle with all the ping-ponging messages back and forth and swiftness. This can indicate travel. It is a number 8 for me that is about kind of repeating things or cycles. So we'll see where this goes. Aries. What else do we have as far as love goes? Juggling. So the repeating cycles and stuff, you want to be careful that you or your person is not juggling another person, okay? This could stand for like a third party and just wanting to kind of have your cake and eat it too, and a flurry of messages, but there's another big thing in the way and this person's trying to kind of juggle things, okay? So here we go. I look at this as love. It is a strength card. For you that are in a committed relationship, I think that things are going to be strengthened by you really harnessing your inner demon, your inner lion, and being able to express in the best way possible so that other people can receive messages and they don't feel threatened. You don't have to roar to get your point across. And you don't have to bite people either. This lady's super gentle. She's got that little, to me, that's like a nod to the number 8. And of course, this is a number 8, and we have 2 8s on the board. A lot of yellow, so make sure this resonates with your solar plexus and that you are really in it if that's what you want. I feel like the more that you are true to yourself, the more you're going to attract the right people. Okay, it's true that the wrong people will start burning off, that they won't, your energy isn't compatible anyways. So the lack of a desire for you to perform is going to be really to your benefit. You're going to get to nitty gritty and start attracting people that are healthy and good for you. Okay, Hangman, some of you can be in a position where you want to contemplate, get really spiritual about what it is that you want. You want a higher perspective. So this person does have a secret. I'm going to say maybe you or someone you have your eye on. Someone has their eye on you. Does have a secret, and their hands are behind their backs. They could get out of this position any point in time. But it's a period of like, okay, I'm going to wait. I'm going to see how things go. I'm not going to move forward. And that's what I'm getting. Why? Because I want illumination. I really want to know. Aries, they're mighty fine, but are they single? Are they in it to win it? Or are they just in it for the minute? Okay. So any of those narratives can really pertain to you. What else do we have to know about Aries and their love lives right now? Okay, so Temperance, I feel like you have a guardian angel around you. That's what this is, with a lot of purity and love and devotion, Aries. But once again, you have that alchemy coming because you're mixing 2 elements, 1 foot in the water, 1 foot on ground. And it could be also a message for you to not only, if you can, be around water, but also keep your foot on the ground. Like, make sure that you go ahead and get grounded. Touch a tree if you have to. Put your feet in grass, literally, okay? And that will help you gain clarity on whatever your situation is at the moment, okay? This is like really nebulousness, cloudy thinking. You want that clarity. You want to be able to pierce things through and to get to the core of the matter. And you're super smart, super sharp, so you're gonna. Now there's 2 queens right here. This can stand for male, female. They have their backs to each other. They're really opposite. And it could be that maybe one person is deciding between 2 people. Or it could be that your person is just different than you and you kind of see things radically different. So this one is very psychic. She's very emotional. She could get lost in her own feelings. It could be he or she. It doesn't make a difference. And this is where they come from. If you understand where a person is coming from, then you can really cover a multitude of sins by not taking things personally, by the way. But this person gets a lot of messages and of an emotional nature. Now, this person, on the opposite side of that spectrum, they get all of their messages by collecting data and just analyzing and getting in there with the brain and cutting through everything that doesn't serve. So they could be a little bit sharp with their words, whereas the other one's a little bit more emotional. This could be you or a partner, and there's, they get their clarity by cutting through all the BS. Sometimes it doesn't feel too good. They could be a little bit not so nice in how they present things, okay? But it will give you clarity. Then here we have, it's like this queen, this person who wants clarity with her brain, and that's what she's using. She wants that happiness, or he wants that happiness, that happily ever after, that family, that joy, whatever it is that makes you feel that juiciness of life. And that family is always family of choice. What is going on here with you guys? Queen of Pentacles, okay? This is somebody who is very earthy, very grounded. We have 3 queens. That's a lot of people involved, okay? So I don't know. It could be that some of you guys are in a third party and you don't even know it. Look at the bunny hopping on in. And I want to say that even during Easter, I mean, represented by bunnies for whatever reason we made that into. But I'm thinking Easter just passed, and it could be something that this is coming to the forefront. This person is the quintessential mother. She is very attractive to animals, to people, to little children too. But you, Aries, are going to look and see, is this worth my time? Is it worth my energy, effort? Is it yielding a reward for all of my time, energy, effort, love, blood, sweat, tears, whatever, okay? So there may be a situation where you're leaving people out in the dark, or they leave you out in the dark. I feel like there's just a lot of people there. There's a lot of stuff going on there. You're gonna want to make a choice. I'm not even wanting to pull that next card, but I saw it, so I'm gonna pull it. Aries, you have all the queens on here. I'm like freaking out. What is going on? You have to make a choice, and you know it. Should you stay with the old? You can do that. But this wand is riveted to that little micro wall, whatever you want to call it. And this one, he has his hand on the new. And that's where the world opens up for you. And this could be, again, travel. This could be making a significant choice or choices. It's funny because yesterday I went on a boating trip. I went with some friends on a boat. And I've been feeling fine all day. Like, not a big deal. And all of a sudden, I'm feeling like I'm on a boat. And I'm feeling a little bit disoriented. And I didn't want to mention it because I thought, well, it's probably just me. But actually, I felt a little bit like when you get on land after you've been on a boat for a long time, you're like a little bit like, whoa, you know, kind of woozy, you needing to get your sea legs. And now, during the latter half of this, I've been struggling to kind of not feel woozy and disoriented. Like, I just feel like I'm on a ship on the sea. Maybe things are really tumultuous around you emotionally. Maybe you're feeling that vertigo that I expressed earlier, okay? Because I kind of, even when I close my eyes, I feel like things are moving. Things are moving and churning. So it could be that physically you're getting some of these symptoms, and I have confirmation on my right leg that this is how things are feeling for some of you. For others, I feel like this is more of an emotional thing. Okay, things are churning almost like within the land, and you feel it moving, and you're not really sure how it's going to shake out. Check this out. Can't make it up. How do you get all the queens, Aries? Because you're freaking a magnet, okay? This is a magnet. I mean, you have so many people in your area just wanting to check you out. Maybe want to be with you, fighting about you. A lot of different options, but these are solid. I feel like you have kind of like, if you're single, you have relationships with these people. Or it's not just like, oh, I have options, you know, like people think they do, but you really do. Okay, so that's going to pertain to some of you. And with that, I want to say that if that last part wasn't about romance for you, could be that there's just a lot of women, like a mother, a stepmother, and then a grandmother, all up in your business, things like that. And you're having to make a decision about where to go, and you're having to pick the old. Do I allow all these people to have say in my life, or do I pick the new? Do I start picking for myself and silence those, or put those on the back burner and listen to my own solar plexus? Solar plexus is going to be really important for you guys. That chakra, if you're into that, look that up and do a little bit of work there, because that's going to really help you monumentally. Okay, so I hope that these messages really give you some clarity. I hope it wasn't a little bit too distracting. Much love to you. And again, I'm going to go ahead and attach your mudras so you can kind of take a look and let me know what you think. Thank you so much, your Aries. I love you. I'm grateful. And you guys have a fantastic month. Namaste.